Good evening and welcome to tonight's study session of the Yukon City Council, Yukon Municipal Authority. It is October 19th and we are in the council chambers here in the Centennial Building at 12th South 5th Street in a great city of Yukon, Oklahoma. I will turn it over to Ms. Crutchmeyer.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like for our City Treasurer, Philip Mary, to give our financial update.
Good evening. I'm going to give a brief financial update. It was August 3rd, the last time we had one. So I'm going to start with the bank account sheet. So there'll be two columns. The one on the left shows what we presented to you on August 3rd, and then the column on the right will show today's balances, so just a little comparison from the last time. And I'm just going to go through and point out any large changes. If you have any questions, please stop me. So the sinking fund has gone down a little bit, and that was because at the end of July, we had a $70,000 interest payment. So that takes care of that one. The court fund is a little low, or a little lower than it was in August, but that's about where it normally is. So it's not really any concern there. Under the YMB section, the 96th Street bond account, that is actually where our debt service comes out of for our revenue notes. And those payments come out on the 15th and the 25th, so a lot of those haven't come out yet, which is why there's still so much money there. And the pooled cash, that's probably the largest change. As you all know, that's our main account. But in there, we actually, at the end of September, we finally received our ARPA money. So it was just under 2.5 million for our first round, and we'll get the second round a year from now. So that's one of the larger increases there. And also, we've been receiving reimbursements from ODOT from our water and sewer, sanitary sewer line relocations. And so far, we've received $867,000 from them. They've also been withholding a 10% audit contingency, so we're due even more once they're through with their end. Going down to the general fund reserves, it's gone down, and it was budgeted to go down because we budgeted revenue of 1.5 million, and we transfer 1 million to the general fund and 1 million to the capital improvement fund, and we make those transfers monthly. And then on the back is hotel motel, our TIF account, and a smaller CD at Interbank. And there's not much change in either of those. So if there are any questions. If not, I'll go on to our revenue note summaries. These outline sort of the broad expenses for all of our revenue notes that are outstanding. So first off is our 2017 note. And as you can see, it's almost used up. We have a little left. That is, we're waiting on ODOT invoices for Highway 4. We just recently received one, and I think it's on tonight. It's our first one from them in 2 years. So we've been waiting a while to use those funds for that project. Under the contingency section, just to kind of illustrate what this note has helped finance, it helped build the trail along 66 that we have now, and it also, this is where we paid for the Taylor Park restrooms and a lot of the community center kitchen updates as well. On the next page is the 2018 note, and there's a little over $500,000 left, and it's right now just set aside for more State Highway 4 invoices from ODOT that we're expecting. But again, projects under that contingency category, this is where we paid for the Wilshire Bridge replacement, the bridges at City and Taylor Park, as well as the fence along Hawley. On the 2019 note, again, this is almost used up, but some of the larger projects under the capital projects section, this is where we paid for the Health Center Parkway turn lanes. It paid for the CDBG year 17, and it also did a variety of sewer improvements throughout the town. Under the contingency section, this is where we paid for the Wilshire Road paving, the Gregory Road Bridge, as well as the purchase of the Lingo property, the old lumber yard. On the final page, we have our most recent note, the 2020 note. This has the most outstanding right now, and it's where we'll be paying for the majority of Highway 4 Phase 2. But some of its larger projects under contingency have been the 11th Street improvement, which we've actually only paid half of, so we expect roughly $300,000 or $400,000 left to come out of there. As well as Garth Brooks traffic improvements, the Ranch Road Playground, and the 11th Street ditch rehabilitation was paid for out of there. This is also the note that is paid for the water and sanitary sewer relocations, both of which have their final payment on tonight under the YMA section. Are there any questions? All right, I think that's all I have for you.
Any
Thank you.
questions? Eric? No. All right, thank
Thank you.
you so much.
Madam Mayor and City Council, we are still waiting on some invoices on Phase 1 for State Highway 4. We would like to, as soon as we can get those in and find out what we have left to pay, we would like to move forward with Wagner Road. It's just going to depend on how much money is left after everything's been paid for all the projects that we've done. So, and it is my recommendation, as well as our engineers, that we cement that Wagner Road. And that's a-
That would just bring up a question for me. Can we, and I don't mean to catch you off guard here, but just so folks know that if we do end up approving that project and going forward with it, the difference in the longevity of concrete versus what has been done over the last 3 or 4 decades, some people might say, is the cost worth it? There's only so many people that drive back there or whatever.
There's a lot of people that drive back
Yeah,
there.
well, but, right. Yeah, I'm
There-
one of
it-
them on a
there's,
everyday basis. So.
Yes.
But if we could help those folks understand how significant the material is as far as the longevity of concrete and understanding how important that
Yes.
might be.
Yes, it would last much longer. Joe, you can probably speak as to this. It would also include curbs, and I'll let Joe go ahead and tell you.
So to kind of give you an idea between the difference, Route 66 had been there from, basically 80 years plus, 90 years. Some of those sections have been there an extremely long time. Some of the other concrete road sections throughout town's been a very long time. Wagner Road has some wetting issues also that doesn't respond well to asphalt, because asphalt is a flexible pavement. Concrete's a rigid pavement, so it will go ahead and distribute the load to the base an awful lot better than asphalt. So it will last a lot longer than what the current section is right now. That's why the recommendation was go to a concrete section, because you'll get 4 or 5 times the life you will from the asphalt.
All right, very good. Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're just hoping that we will have enough money left over in those revenue bonds to put together and use it for that. If not, I'm hoping that we can use either sales tax money through the capital campaign that we're doing for the election, or we're just gonna have to wait and see. Like I said, we have to find out how much money and how much is gonna be left in there when we get the invoices for State Highway 4 Phase 1.
So will we be talking about, and I don't want to get too far into it, I know it'll come up later, but are we talking about from Highway 4 to Sarah or from Yukon Parkway to Sarah?
Well, it's my understanding it's about $1 million. Is that correct, Joe? $1 million for it to go from State Highway 4 to Yukon Parkway. So it would be another $1 million to go to Sarah.
Okay. Okay.
Anybody else have any questions? Do you have anything else for us?
That's all.
All right, we will then take a break and be back here at 7 o'clock.